Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking you guys through some of the houseplants that I've collected over the past 9 months of living in this house. Some have been absolute hits and some have been misses for me anyway. They're just a little bit harder to care for. So I'll just get right in and get started with this asparagus fern, which I absolutely love. Apart from a little misting quite regularly, it really doesn't need much else. I have this in a semi-shaded spot, so it gets some natural light but not a lot of it and no direct sun. And it's just been growing and growing and growing for me. I love this one. Now for one of my favourite houseplants. This is one of the first ones I ever bought. This gorgeous golden pothos. I love it so much. It's just no bother at all. You water it once the soil is dry and that's about it. I've also got loads of cuttings off this plant propagating right now because it was just given so much growth. Yeah, so I'm looking forward, hopefully in the warmer spring days or whatever, my cuttings will all take off and I'll have loads of these plants. Okay, and now because everything's been on too much of a positive note, I'm going to talk about a plant that I've had some trouble with. This is the remnants of my poor Boston fern, which I hung originally when I bought it in a hanging basket from the ceiling, but the soil was getting no direct light, and because it's a fern I just didn't think it needed that much. And I don't know, although it was in the bathroom, I guess the soil wasn't being kept moist enough, so it really started dying off really fast, but it took me ages to notice because the soil was so close to the ceiling and the damage all starts from the root. So this is some of the plant that I've been able to salvage, and although I had to repot it in a panic in winter, it seems to be doing well. It's bounced back from the stress of being repotted, and there's even some new growth in it. I don't know if you can see that tiny little shoot. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this guy can do with the better weather. And then a plant that I picked up at a market that just, oh my god, like, if there was one plant that I recommend everybody gets, like no matter where your skill level is in taking care of plants, it'd have to be this jade plant. And like, I don't think even I'm particularly lucky with this one being a hardy plant. I think this plant is just genuinely indestructible. It's a succulent, so as long as you don't overwater it, it does its own thing. And again, there was so much growth out of this that I've been able to take cuttings from it, like take leaves, which will then turn into its own little plant. So I've got those all potted up, and you can see where I took the cuttings from. There's new growth starting up there at the top. Hopefully you can see. So yeah, I love this guy and would recommend. And then I have this aloe. Oh my god, this pot is so heavy. I have this aloe and I made the horrible mistake of overwatering it, but it seems to have forgiven me. It's thriving once again, and as you can see in the middle, there's some new arms poking up out of there, so it's obviously happy enough now that I've put down the water. So that would be an easy plant, but just yeah, with all succulents, like, really don't overwater them. I lost a gorgeous string of pearls as well. Actually, hang on, I'm gonna go get like some cuttings that I managed to salvage. So this is all I managed to salvage off a very big, like pretty big string of pearls plant that I overwatered and it died instantly, like just instant root rot. It was gone, out of there, whatever. I didn't even know for a while if these cuttings would take, but as you can see, there's lots of little beads growing in. So hopefully this can thrive and I can take more cuttings from this and make a fuller plant. And if not, I'll just buy a new one because I do love this plant and I was devastated when I killed it. Next, I have a nerve plant. I've actually got a few of these, but I bought them online. I bought them on eBay off just a random seller, and they weren't delivered to me in great health. So they had to be repotted because just they were completely waterlogged at the roots when I checked the roots on them. So I've got these guys, which are actually doing best out of the 3 that I got. Here are the other 2. These guys, although the colours are more fascinating, are struggling just that bit more. But then it is coming into spring now, so hopefully they'll cheer up soon. I just particularly love the neon pink and the lime green one. But again, it's just, if it was in better health, it would look, I mean, the colours would be more stunning, but it's kind of struggling right now, so everything's looking a bit grey. But yeah, I'm not sure if I would recommend getting this plant yet. Like, from what I can tell reading up about care tips online, it doesn't take that much to keep it happy, but I think I was just starting at a deficit because they were all in really poor health when they arrived, so jury's out on this one, although they are very, very pretty. This plant I saw for sale by a local French garden centre that do deliveries, so I was like, hell yeah, I'm putting in a huge order with these guys. And I picked up a couple of the next plants you're gonna see. This one is a Begonia Rex of some sort. I think it's called like a Red Princess or a Red Knight or something like that, I can't remember. I don't know if it's gonna pick up, but the leaves have a very satiny sheen to them. They're absolutely beautiful, and apparently that fluorescence or whatever becomes bolder the less light this plant is exposed to, and right now it has a huge light shining on it. But yeah, I absolutely love this. When it catches the sun, it's really iridescent, and I just can't believe you can get that coating on a plant. Like, it really looks like satin or silk or something. I love this so much. But yeah, it's just brand new. I don't know if we're gonna get along, but I'm really happy it's here, and I hope it loves this place and thrives. And from that same place, I picked up this, what are these called? Dotted plants? It's a begonia again. Is it a spotted plant? Polka Dot Plant, right? Something like that. You've seen these though. They're very like cool dude. Like, they're all over Instagram. Every plant lover has these. But they are cool. Like, I couldn't resist the hype. I totally get it. I love the spots on it. And apparently this is really easy to propagate again. So yeah, although it's brand new, I'm hoping it's happy out and we'll get along. So it's this one. And then I've got this lovely Croton. It's very young, but these get quite tall, and I'm looking forward to the leaves being bigger. I love, if you can see the variegation in the leaves, like, the different colors and prints. I love this so much. This is a plant that likes a lot of water, so I just put a dish underneath it and let it suck the water up that way, rather than going back and misting over it or trying to keep on top of watering in on top of the soil. I also don't want the soil to lose nutrients too fast, and I feel like if you water it as often as this plant needs to, that could happen a lot. But yeah, this one seems happy out, and I'm really happy to have it. I love it so much. I love that, like, ugh. So then we've got my Radiator plant, which is lovely. That seems to be thriving. I've heard this is a very easy to care for plant, so I was really excited when I had the opportunity to get one. I've wanted one for ages. And I love the back of the leaf, just has a different colour to it. And it grows quite well. Like, you can take apparently leaf tip cuttings, any stem cuttings. When you're pruning this plant, you can just replant. So that's always exciting to me because I want as many plants as I can get without spending any money. So yeah, but yeah, love this. This is the Radiator plant. And then this one's called, hang on a second, I'm gonna have to check my phone actually. This one's called the Philodendron Glocca. I love it so much, it's so cute. I don't know much about this plant, but thankfully I have the Candide app. So if you've never heard of the Candide app, this obviously isn't sponsored, like I have like 3 subscribers, but it's a gardening like app that I've just joined up on that has like a whole gardening community on there, and people post their house plants and like plants out in the garden and their farming tips and their whatever, like all their gardening tips. So I've posted an identification of this plant, and loads of people have given me like articles that I could read on it, or like give me other like care tip sources that I could go and explore. But I love this. This came in the delivery with the Croton and everything else. It's so beautiful. It's like a succulent. It's a really thick, waxy plant. And I don't know if it's showing up in this light, but like it's a really grey, kind of silvery green on the leaf. It might just look totally green in this light, I'm not sure. But it's definitely more muted than all of the other greens I have. I feel like are really Jurassic, like they're really tropical, whereas this is just a bit more muted and very kind of Irish or something. So I loved it, and I'm glad to have it. And then, oh yeah, of course, my Monstera, who doesn't have one of these? This guy's so happy though. Again, I bought like a rooted clipping off of eBay, and it just grows so fast that I've already had to separate the plant, and I've got a whole other Monstera rooting upstairs. So yeah, although the leaves are quite small, it grows really, really well. and I'm hoping that just continues into the spring because you can never have too many of these. And I also would love, I don't even know if it's the right genus, but I would love to grow this obviously until the leaves are like the size of me. I love that. Whenever I see that on people's, like, I don't know, social media, I'm always so jealous. Like, imagine having that plant in your house. And I've got a few more, but I'll need to take you around. I think we've got like 3 more plants to show you, and then that'll be the end of my house plants thus far. And then I also couldn't resist getting myself an air plant. I know it's like a very measly air plant, but it's young and I bought it offline, and I'm just delighted that it's here and it's thriving. Eventually I'd love to have so much of this Spanish moss air plant stuff that I could just hang it outside on trees and stuff. Like if you've ever seen it grow or how it deposits itself like naturally in jungles and stuff, it's amazing. Like it looks so majestic and very like just hanging out trees and stuff. And then this is my zebra network plant. I don't actually know what the scientific name for this is because I think it's some weird like hybrid plant now. But I think zebra network is the common name to describe these. This plant is amazing. I've had it the whole 9 months almost that I've lived here. It was one of the first plants I bought, and it just continues to grow and grow and grow. Like if you were to zoom down into the base of this plant, there's loads of new growth emerging, and we haven't even hit spring yet. So a really easy plant to keep. I would say like mist it once or twice a day. This guy likes a lot of water too. Okay, so this is my Japonica, and again, it's one of the first plants I got when I moved here, and it has always lived indoors. And when I downloaded the Candida app and I was posting pictures of all of my plants to this platform trying to get advice on like how you should care for things, everyone was really surprised that this does well in my house because it's actually an outdoor plant. And maybe coming into spring I will bring it outside and I will plant it outside, although it's always done really well in here. Like it's done really well for me. If you were to look really close to the base again, there's like bright new leaves coming in. It's just such a gorgeous tree. I love it so much, and I'm really quite proud of it. It's grown like this much since I got it, and it's lost leaves along the way, although I think that's natural. I think it will drop some leaves. As long as it has new ones coming up, I don't think it's a problem. But yeah, maybe he gets moved outside in the spring. I'll be sad to see him go, but he has to spread his wings and fly or whatever. And last but not least, I have my bird's nest plant. This plant breaks my heart. It hates me so much. It hates me, it hates this house, it hates this universe, it hates this whole situation. Like, it does not want to be here. And yet, it's given off 2 new leaves, so I'm a bit confused. So I know there's some water burn on some of these leaves, because what I didn't realise for a long time was my tap water is very chlorinated or whatever. But anyway, the chlorine was like causing burns to my plants as I was spraying them. Now I only water all of my plants with distilled water, and I'm trying to collect rainwater. That's like a new thing for me, because tap water just won't work for my plants. Like it really damages them. So it's been trying to recover from that, but it affected so many leaves I didn't want to cut like too many off, or I would have had nothing left. And then despite all the damage to the plant, I do have these 2 new leaves coming up here. So hopefully this guy gives me a break and like settles in and we can get along, because it is a beautiful plant, and I do feel very sad when I see ones that are flourishing in other people's pictures and then look at this guy. But yeah, so that's been it. That's my whole plant tour. I hope you found it interesting. If you have any of these plants and you have any care tips, please let me know in either the comments below or follow me on Candide if you have the app. My name on there is just Edel Marie. And then come back to the channel soon, because I'll take you around my garden shortly and show you all the outdoor plants that I'm learning to care for. Like we've got a hazel tree, a wisteria, some sage, or not sage, bay growing all over the place, roses coming up. Like there's a lot to keep me busy outside too. And this is the year I'm finally going to grow veggies for the first time properly. So yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely come back and check out those videos, because I'll be uploading them soon. Thank you.